Hey everybody, welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line. It is episode 38 of the Halls of Arden Vul, Megadungeon by Richard Barton, using the Old School Essential System by Gavin Norman, otherwise known as Necrotic Gnome. We're back in action, everybody. Unfortunately, we are not a full house today. I am John. I am your referee for the evening. Going around the horn, we have...
I'm Mike. I play Goran Blackhood, the 5th level dwarf of destruction.
Oh, destruction. All right. I'm David. I play Anwir, the illusionist of love, peace, commune establishing, nothing sharp or treacherous.
I am Matt. I play Expeditious, the left hand of Lysion, 5th level cleric, and as of tonight, a junior cartographer, 2nd class, stepping up to report for duty.
In the absence...
And I might add, sorry, John, the only character, at least for now, with a shred of integrity left, but we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. We would normally have Ted playing Mortis J. Gobliano, but he is with us tonight. So
He is indeed.
It is what it is. So no Ted tonight. So, but thank you, Matt, for stepping up and being our cartographer.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. We'll see how it goes. All
we
right.
should make a whole second messed up map for Ted to come back to.
Oh my God, please.
Yeah, exactly. Just be like, what, Ted?
Yeah, I thought
Can we
actually
can we dupe his treasure tracker, save it elsewhere, and then really just wreck it and not tell him anything? So the link he looks at is just
he would murder us.
The devil in me is.
I would murder you on his behalf.
That's true.
So we are. Let's see. Where are we? It is the 29th of Ligarios, almost the end of the month. It is 4:30 in the afternoon, and we are crawling through the tunnels that they think was Garalad's escape tunnels that allowed him to go from outside, to go from deep within the Howling Caves out to the Gladiatorial School. They are taking Guelph's lead here, entering in from the underneath the Gladiatorial School. And finding themselves in a secret basement and getting an absolute shit ton of treasure, which they were unable to actually haul out of there. So it is still back in the vault in that basement. They have taken the jewelry pieces, which are worth a pretty penny in themselves, but nowhere near as heavy as the coins, and have determined to try to find some secrets within the tunnels and hopefully either find their way back to the Howling Caves or find another exit. Mm-hmm. So with that in mind... you guys have headed in a vaguely southeasterly direction, and understanding that in that direction lies the ruined city, in which everything else is underneath it, which is, I think, what your reasoning was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And let's flip over to Owlbear here for folks so they can kind of see what's going on here. So each of these squares is actually 50 feet. So this is quite a large distance here. So they started here. And they've traveled for, what is this? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 times 5 is a little over, what is that, 750 feet, something like that?
It's math of some sort. Yeah.
So that distance from here to here is about 750 feet. But they have found themselves in a large chamber, although the ceiling is relatively low. It's still only about 10 feet here. But this is about 100-foot wide triangular sort of natural cavern here. On each one of the points of the triangle, they have found a letter that was written in red paint. However, their infravision actually revealed that there was the rest of the word that followed those red letters afterwards was revealed. So you had to the north, it said E, but that actually was exit. To the southeast was a W, which actually meant workshop, and to the southwest was something I forget.
Wasn't it no?
No, that's right. It was an N. Yeah. So it's pretty obvious that Garalad or someone, one of his servants, was actually painting the single letters to confuse unwary travelers into thinking that they were directional and then getting them lost because they actually mean something else. So,
or the poison is in his own cup, knowing that we would not drink that.
Exactly. So let me get out my time tracker here. 4:30. You have just relit. Okay, so we have the retainers that we have are Yoast, Codswallop. Oh, I'm sorry. They're there, but they're in the cloud, right? So Yoast and Codswallop are actually not involved. They can't, because Ted is not involved, right? So you can't utilize them in combat. So you have Njal and Atticus. Atticus is the one that has just relit his lantern. So you've got a fresh 24 turns on that. And then Avaricios, I have that you are actually carrying a torch. And that will be going out in a few turns, about 4 turns. Okay. And you were deciding
John,
which way to go.
Yeah. One other question I had, because personally, like I'm obsessed with this, just so that we can have the timing to get back if we need to. How long did it take us to get from the treasure room to here?
I can check in my sweet spreadsheet here. So you started at 12:40 and it is now 4:30, so about 4 hours.
So almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good to know, because like even if we turned around right now, it would be well into night by the time we got back there. So I don't think we have a lot of time.
Agreed.
And for people who are just joining us in the middle of this session, this is like much different dungeon crawl than before because of the 50-foot squares. So you're basically talking for every 2 squares that they go, because they're moving at a movement rate of 90. I'm rounding that up to 100, which is exactly what 2 squares is. So that means 1 turn goes by for every 2 squares. And so it's a very short distance on the map, basically, on drawing wise. But obviously, as they have discovered as well, random encounters are rolled much, much faster. So time is of the essence. So you're deciding what to do. So you've got this conundrum, right? You've got like over 80,000 gold pieces worth of value that is sitting in that vault. Actually, less than that, probably it's less than that, but whatever, about 50,000, whatever. But you've got like thousands upon thousands that are actually draped across you right now in the form of these necklaces and earrings and all that sort of stuff. So, are you going to what is the plan for the evening? What are you going to try to do?
Okay, so we talked about this, and I think our plan is we're going to explore northward to the in the tunnel that's marked exit, right? And we're going to go up there, hoping that it's not too far away. We've decided that we're going to give it about 6 turns worth of travel to try to find an exit. If we don't find it, we're going to probably turn around and start heading back to where we came in, because the last thing we want is to be caught like exhausted in these tunnels, overnight, coming face to face with shadows and lizards and who knows what else.
Right. Okay.
Agreed.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just pick up right where you were. So you were in the midst of that room. It looks like a natural crossroads of sorts, right? There are those small mushrooms that are sort of around here, and it looks like there has been foot traffic through here. There's not tracks, but there's also a distinct lack of debris in the midst of the room, right? Which stands to reason because you've actually seen signs of habitation or someone passing through here because of the lettering, right? With that in mind, as Avaricios, you sort of make the call and you kind of head towards the north with your torch, and peering beyond the letter E into that chamber, you can see that it quickly narrows back down to the narrow, like 8 to 10 foot wide rocky passage, and it goes to the edge of your torchlight. And just for the sake of like making it easy to map, let's increase lantern and torchlight to just 50 feet instead of 30 feet. Therefore, like you can actually see like a square ahead of you. Just makes it easier, right? So
thank you. That's very kind of you.
You just you shine your torch ahead of you, and you can see that it narrows quickly, and it goes directly north for about another feet, and you can another 50 feet. And right after that 50 feet, it splits off into 2 directions, one heading to the... You thought it would be easy, right? You just thought it'd be a mouth, a cave exit, right? No, it's just darkness ahead of you, the torchlight glinting off the rocky walls. One heads to the northwest and one heads to the northeast. The northwest one goes at a approximately 35-degree angle northwest, and the northeast one goes at an approximately... yes, I am actually using a protractor, so go screw.
That's some fucking nerd shit. I love it.
Approximately 50 degrees northeast.
digital protractor or physical one? Do you have it in your
I can
hands
actually
right now?
show everybody. I'll show
I love it.
a little digital.
So when we arrive at this juncture, there's a split. It's a Scooby-Doo split, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. John, I'd like to do two things.
Mm-hmm.
One, before anyone disturbs the dirt ahead of us,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to look upon the ground, see if there's more or less disturbed sort of like foot traffic to the left or right. Right?
Okay.
Is there anything obvious that I identify there first and foremost?
You asking me that right now?
I'm asking that right now. That's
Okay,
first thing I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Wait.
All right. So Onweir, in the lantern light and torchlight, and you're not, native to the underground. It's going to take some, like, once again, these are not like just footpaths that are just like super obvious. You got to really pay attention. It's going to take a turn. You okay with that?
It's fine.
I think this is a good time to do that.
I think it's a good time to do it. I also, not to cheese too much, but I'm going to tell you the other thing I want to do, and you can tell me whether that's an additional turn or can be included within this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to get everyone to be very quiet, and I would like to do a listen for any sort of hollow moan or wind, and also do the classic, kind of lick my finger and feel for any sort of draft, because if I can feel a directional draft,
Mm-hmm.
that's just as useful to me as dirt on the ground. So
We'll roll that out at the same turn, but it's a good plan. Yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah,
you go ahead.
I was just saying, while he's doing that, can we at times like shade the lantern and the torch so that the people with dark vision can look to see if there are any markings on the wall?
Yeah.
Yes, but they would have to do it afterwards because Onweir's attempting to investigate with his normal sight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you can later. So Onweir, you don't feel any difference in the breeze. It's basically pretty stale here. Not a lot of movement at all. You don't hear anything except like every once in a while, just like a rock clicking against, like and that's a drip of water a little bit. Every once in a while, you can hear what you think is scurrying, but you're not really sure, coming from either direction. But just like little pitter patters of feet. But maybe it's just rock skittering as well. You can't really tell. Mm. But after investigating carefully on the ground, you can definitely determine that the more traveled path is to the northwest.
Yeah, I figured as much. Well, gentlemen, shall we try it?
All right.
Well, I would like to look at it with infravision first and just see if there's another marking on it.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that without taking a turn. So it was Onweir steps back, and the lantern Atticus goes back. You can take a look, Gorn, and you do not see anything except the varying shades of the rock, the heat from the rock.
Avaricios has been doing his little trick with chalk to point the way that we haven't been going.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to do that now, though. I'm hoping, like, if we're going in his exit, I don't want him to think that we've been up here.
Right. Okay. So to be clear, you're going to attempt to follow what you think is where his exit is. So you're going to the northwest.
More traveled. Yeah.
Okay. So you know that you are going away from the city, just to be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So that passageway continues at about that width, and it's going to go in it's going to travel for about another 50 feet at that angle to the northwest before heading exactly due west after that point. Okay. And it travels due west yet for 100 feet. So that's another turn. And at that point, right at the end of that 100 feet, it continues going on in that direction to the west. However, it opens up directly to the north. Another passageway heads to the north, like yawns open. It's a significantly wider, probably about another 5 feet wider.
Does it go directly 90
directly
degree
north? Yep, 90 degree north. Yep.
Does the texture of the wall or anything like that change?
No, it's the same rocky thing. It just seems to be a little bit wider.
Yeah. I heard 90 degrees and thought, hewn. Gotcha.
So, John, just to reiterate to you, I wasn't sure if we just discussed this. Without our goblins, I still want to be on the rope like 20, 30 feet ahead so that I can find any markings and stuff like that within provision.
Okay, so you're still ahead. Okay. All right. So yeah, you're the lone person out front.
I love it.
You do not see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, in either direction, neither west nor north.
Whenever I get to that crossroads, I wait for the rest of the group to catch up.
Okay.
Do we want to do the same sort of take a turn, observe?
I think so.
John, can I do everything that I did last time, but here?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So another turn.
Sound, wind, and visual.
So this will be turn kind of 4 on our counter.
This is turn 3.
Oh, turn 3. Okay.
Yeah, should be turn 3. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it is now 5 p.m. Okay. So Onweir, once again, looking very, very carefully. You don't get any sense. Still, the air smells all seem to be the same. You can tell that there is only traffic going to the north. It looks like the west, to the west. Like if someone has traveled down that way, it's been a long freaking time. Like it's not. I wouldn't say it's like choked with rubble. Like you can easily move through it, but there's plenty of scree and stuff like that. That's just the natural formation of rock. As you're observing that, Onweir, you can definitely hear like that skittering sound, which you still can't make out whether it's animal sounds, just like claws on rock, or if it's just the rock itself just kind of hitting the ground. It seems to be a little bit more prevalent, a little bit louder. It is also coming from the north.
You know, if he had lizards guarding one exit, he might have something similar guarding the other one.
Well, you can definitely tell, Avaricios, when that kind of pops into your head, that it definitely could be guardians. You're not really sure, but if it is, it's definitely not those same lizards, because those were like heavy clawed, like sort of things, and this is much like a, it's like
insects. Yeah. We've encountered spiders of a few different kinds a few different times. Does it sound like spiders?
You in your mind, it sure seems like it, like because you just have that impression in your head. You know what I mean? Like the awfulness of them.
I look at Onweir to see if he's cast that spell on me.
You'll never know, my friend. You'll never know.
Goran, to
Actually,
you,
I probably would if I have spiders in my head. I probably would.
Fair enough.
Goran, to you, like the first thing that pops into your head, Goran, is that it sounds like the natural, just rocks like falling, hitting the wall and falling.
Interesting.
I call them a bunch of wee pansies and keep on trucking.
I see. Do we? Yeah, it's fine. Onweir of old would very much like the abandoned hallway, but right now, time is of the essence. I don't suppose there's any. I'm throwing this out there, not just for now, but in general, throw in our minds. At any juncture in which we feel nervous, perhaps, about someone sneaking up on us, don't forget that I have an abundance of bells and we have twine. So if we wanted to have a little bit of like a noise tripwire that we set up, it is possible. I don't think it's necessary here, but just keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, why don't we continue?
North, right?
To the north, okay. So going forward and the distance that you traveled right now, just be aware that there has been no slope variation. You've been level this entire time.
Yes.
Ted has.
I'm sorry to interrupt. If we let him trail behind just a little bit and then catch up, is there anything written in infravision on the walls?
No, there's not. Okay.
No. Now that you've said that, can I also? Sorry, go.
Go ahead.
Abundance of paranoia. I'm sure you would have told us, but with that in mind, throughout this entire time, I'd like to continue to check, especially at junctures, the roof above our heads to see if there are any potential tunnels, holes, things that might be vertical that we would not notice just plodding along. I don't know if that's something we would need to call out, but right now I'm going, what if? Because we're looking for an exit every time we go through an
intersection. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. That will take no time because you're just looking up.
Sure.
You're not like investigating thoroughly. You're just like looking up to see if there's a thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking up.
So I'll let you know if something's there. And second of all, because Goran is taking the lead by 20 feet every time, if there is something to see with infravision, I'll just tell you. You don't have to let me know, because that also doesn't take time, right?
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Okay. So you carefully head to the north. You can see that it has been well traveled, and it goes directly north, Matt, 90-degree angle for about 150 feet. After 150 feet, it again splits to the northwest and the northeast. And just to get my fancy app out here. The northeast one, it's about a 40-degree angle to the northeast, and the northwest one is a little bit more acute at about a 60-degree angle to the northwest. Both appear to be still level. You can hear that sound now is quiet. You don't hear it anymore. Everything's like deathly quiet. There is, as you're standing there, first of all, you don't see any holes in the ground, no infravision leaks or anything like that. Gordon, what is your? Was it 60 feet for infravision?
Oh, good question. It's infravision 60 feet. Yes,
60 feet. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's complete darkness, very, very quiet. You don't hear the skittering anymore. So now it kind of makes you a little bit worried as if there's like, a pall of silence drapes over you. There is, however, there's a little bit of like a smell coming from the northeast. A little bit, little something ripe, a little something organic. Can't quite place it. You know what I mean? But
not fungal though. No,
not fungal. No. By the way, the path that you've taken specifically this way has been littered with fungi. None of it phosphorescent. It's not shedding light at all.
Is it increasing in density or staying about the same? Or
It's about the same. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with my background in farming, does this smell like animals or hay or anything that's
it smells like creatures it smells like animals.
Does it smell like monkeys?
Doesn't smell like monkeys, no.
Okay.
I think we got to spend it. I mean, we're ticking on our time, but we got to look for tracks again.
We'll save more time doing that than anything else. Let's do the same sequence.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So it took. Let me just calculate real quick. So 150 feet. So that's going to be another turn. And then sitting here and looking again will be another turn, and it took you 50 feet. So yeah, okay. So another 2 turns. Got it. Okay, so as you buckle down to sort of decide if there was tracks going a certain way, Avaricios, your torch goes out.
Okay. But the lantern is still fine.
Lantern's still lit. Atticus still has a lantern, yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to relight or are you good?
I think we're good. Do you guys think we need the extra light or you think we're all right?
I think we're okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think
so using Atticus, David, Onweir calls Atticus over to shine the light. And you can tell after a turn of careful looking that you kind of breathe a sigh of relief on where, because it looks like the path goes to the northwest, not where the smell is coming from.
Okay, good to know. Yeah.
And that's good. It's going back towards the city a little bit. Okay. Yeah, let's go northwest.
Okay, heading to the northwest. All right, so it continues at that angle for about another 100 feet. So another turn goes by. Don't mind me. Okay, and
is the width about right, John? It's kind of wide.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's general.
All right.
I'll have the audience know that John on the Discord was asking a bit about our world clocks and when we had done a thing or two, and I, David the player, and Onweir the character, got very nervous all of a sudden.
Just asking questions. Don't worry about it.
Hey, John, just asking questions. Always just asking questions.
I just got to make sure my records are straight.
Sure. Bookkeeping. Just bookkeeping.
Just a little bit of GM bookkeeping. The side that you guys don't have any idea about.
Now we tend to call that the Book of the Dead, but it is bookkeeping nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so after about 100 feet going in that at that angle, Avaricios, the Atticus reveals that it gently starts to curve westward until it's actually going at like a 10-degree angle, so almost directly west, but still generally heading north. We're going northwest, Matt.
Oh, that's northeast. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
West, east, whatever. Okay,
yeah.
So we did 100 more feet, about up to there.
And then it gently curves until it's about at a 10-degree angle, heading generally northwesterly. Yeah. So, and that's going for about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we'll just go turn by turn. So at the point where it starts to curve, it actually starts to slope gently upwards. So you have to track
That's
a
a
little
good
bit.
sign.
So at that point, we're going 1 turn. Then you go another 100 feet. 2 turns. And then another 100 feet. So you go 300 feet. And silence still meets you. But after that 100 feet, something interesting is illuminated.
Oh,
At
that's
the end
good
of
because that's
Atticus's task. Yeah.
that's
Interesting
right
to
about
you
our
or to
turnaround
us?
point. What'd you say? What'd you say, Mike?
I said interesting to him or to us? Like that's the question.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes Atticus's desires and wants do not align with your own. But I think you'll all find this interesting. So here so the tunnel actually opens out at basically at man height, like 10 feet, but it just basically opens out into what is obviously a constructed basement. It's actually like shocking to your eyes after this much time underground and like the stone things. You're like, oh, like geometry. You know what I mean? And you find yourself coming in from the eastern end, the middle of the eastern wall of a precisely 50-foot square basement, similar in
So
size.
we're right in the middle of that wall.
You're right in the middle of that wall. Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's like that.
Well, it's 50 feet, so it's exactly like a square. Matt, you can just outline that square right there.
Outline the square right here.
Yeah, like you can basically say it's that square. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Okay. Some interesting things here. Okay, so first of all, the first thing you notice when you come in here is that there is a soft, steady, green glow coming from the south, from beyond the room itself. Okay, so there are 3 natural passageways that exit out of this chamber. One is the one that you came through. There's one heading to the north and one heading to the south. There is nothing at the west. Okay. There is a steady green glow that, like, not pulsating, it's just there, soft, coming from the south. Okay. It is not enough to actually illuminate the room that you're in. You still need Atticus's lantern, but it's very obvious that green glow is there. There is, let's see, on the west wall, where you would assume there would have been another exit, there is actually a staircase. Yeah, so it looks like the staircase just kind of goes up, and it looks at one point that it actually rose up into the chambers up above it. However, that has since basically like crumbled, and there's just no way to access the upstairs anymore. But there is the broken top of the staircase is basically there and accessible. Like you could actually like climb up the stairs if you wanted to.
John, is that stairwell kind of directly opposite where we came in?
Yeah, basically, yeah, right along the western wall. Next to the staircase, on the wall next to it, on the western wall, are actually 2 screens, like dressing robe screens. You know, like you know what I'm talking about, like standing screens that have actually been folded up. But they're rudimentary. They've actually been made out of vines and sticks, and they are neatly folded against the wall at the base of the steps. In addition, Goran, your infravision pops off a little bit as you can see that there are markings similar to what you saw before. There is an E, a W, and an S. The E is on the northern tunnel. The W is on the eastern tunnel, the one that you came through. And the S is on the southern tunnel. Those are all visible to everyone, right, in Atticus's lantern light. But Goran, you can see that the E on the northern tunnel actually reads exit. The W on the eastern tunnel, where you came from, is workplace. The S to the south, where the green glow is coming from, is scary.
Okay. Where's that exit on the south, John? Is it in the middle of that wall, east or west? Where is it on that wall?
Where? The south?
On that south wall, where's the exit?
The middle.
In the middle. Okay.
Yeah. Both exits. All 3 exits are in the middle of their respective walls.
Okay, I messed it up a little bit, but it's
not a big deal.
Don't tell Ted.
And what's the green glow actually coming from? Can we
You have
tell?
no idea. Coming from the south.
Coming from the south.
From
From the
scary
tunnel,
things.
from inside the scary tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
We love a scary tunnel.
You do.
Mhm.
And there is also don't forget the staircase dominates the western wall. It seems to go up to nowhere. It's kind of collapsed, but there is like a platform up on top where
Can we, when you look up those stairs, does it look blocked off, or does it look like if you went up there, you might be able to see something?
you could get up there. A person could fit up there. They'd have to crouch over, but you could get up there.
Now I'm curious about these dressing screens. Is it literally like those tri-paneled?
Yes, tri-panel,
kind of things?
but they're very like made out of like natural wood, like expertly woven together. But it's like vines and sticks to form like thick vines and sticks to form the tri-panels. So if you should spread them out, like it would actually like give a person privacy.
Very druidy.
I wonder if we should look at them just to see if there's any like information.
Yeah, I
on
agree.
them.
Let's
You know
take
what I
a
mean?
look at them. Sure.
Okay, so you some brittle vines sort of crumble off as you sort of open it up. Get a little bit noisy, but you open them up and they what I said, they basically look like good workmanship. There's no markings on them at all.
Do they
You guys-
seem valuable or just like practical things?
They don't
Like,
look valuable. They
practical-
just they
Regular use.
they look like an expert survivalist has made them. You know what I mean? Like someone on Survivor or something.
Or
Yeah.
what?
You guys think that maybe it's hey, I'm gonna go down to the tunnels and wild shape throwing around in the tunnels, but I need a place to change or leave my gear, kind of thing.
That's really weird. Why would he need to?
Oh, it's very, and there's no other semblance of like
There's no like hooks on the
habitation
wall or
here.
anything.
Yeah.
Are there any hooks on the wall, John, or anything like little benches to put your stuff on or anything like that?
No hooks or anything like that. They are easily moved. They do appear wide enough to like basically like they're wide enough that they could fit over the passageway exits. You know what I mean? Like they could block those.
Gotcha.
That's basically how wide they are.
Is there any value in us looking for a secret door, gang? Before we go out?
Or
I mean, always.
Okay.
I think there is, but maybe we like peek up those stairs. Do you want to peek
Whatever
up the
you wanna
stairs
do.
first?
My two thoughts. My two thoughts would be entering into this room, knowing its use as far as we can tell, or secret chamber where he's doing the changing for whatever reason, and or again having tripped an alarm once already in his last bed chamber, being concerned that he might have put a alarm of some sort. Although he wouldn't be able to detect. I don't know how we would discern that that's there if it was magical. So I guess there's nothing we can do really other than trip it.
I mean, I can, through my stuff, I can cast an alarm spell. We know that that's a thing. What if we take a turn, have Atticus look for traps on the stairs, maybe like examine those, and while he's doing that, we can also look for secret exits, maybe on the north or something.
Sure. You don't have detect magic or anything like that though, as a cleric, right?
I do have that, but I don't have that prepared.
All right. No worries.
Okay, so what are we doing then? What's the first thing that's going on?
Do you agree? Atticus is kind of yours. Do you agree that we can use him to
Yes,
take?
Absolutely. I was actually going to go up the stairs with him to look for like dwarven construction tricks on the stairs.
So while they're checking upstairs, John, Avaricios, and I are going to look for secret doors or anything, sort of secrets in this room down here. Does that make sense?
What are you looking for specifically?
Any sort of lever or button or indication of a secret door that would open up into another chamber.
Yeah.
Maybe
Do you
to
want
the
to?
north.
I think one of us should look on the north, and I think maybe one of us on the eastern wall as well.
Okay. Why don't you guys go ahead and roll?
Okay.
All right. Am I rolling my construction tricks thing first?
And what are you doing, Mike?
So I want to go up the stairs and I'm going to look for. I'm sorry. Can you describe the staircase one more time so I can make a more intelligent decision here?
It's just a straight staircase, wooden. looks like decrepit and old, and part of it is broken away. What used to go all the way up has since broken off, but there's enough room that someone could actually go up to the top.
Okay, so and then at the top is what, a door or a balcony or a hole or what?
It looks like a landing where it probably turned around and went up again, but that has since like basically been destroyed. So there's and rock and stuff like that is basically there's a bunch of debris on the ground, which I probably should have said, but there's like the entrance to whatever used to be above is completely gone.
Okay, so what I'm going to look for is I'm going to look and see if someone has conveniently placed rocks in a way that it looks like they've covered up the entrance, but there might still be an entrance or an exit up there. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Using the rocks as camouflage for some sort of doorway.
Gotcha. All right. So when you head up the stairway, Gorand, all thoughts of looking at the construction fade away because you actually see you were not able to see it from your eye line, but at the top of the stairs on that landing that is sort of freestanding, there is actually a chest.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so let's see. Yeah, there's a small chest up there. Oh, actually, it's quite a large chest. Actually, it's quite big. Be kind of an effort to take it down. You probably need 2 men to bring it down safely. Like a wooden chest with metal clasps and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
John,
let's have Atticus search it for traps.
So you call Atticus up. While you're calling Atticus up, you guys are searching for secret doors. What did you roll on your dice?
I rolled a 4.
And I have not rolled yet, but I'll roll my d6. I also rolled a 4.
Okay, so as you guys are carefully climbing up the stairs, Gordon and Atticus, Onweir and Narcissus are looking around. You're not able to find anything that seems untoward. However, in this silence, as you guys are investigating this weird basement down here, a booming male voice comes booming out from the south where the green glow is coming from in some sort of strange, round, like lyrical language, like and it sounds like angry as it like bellows forth. It sounds demanding and angry, and it's echoing way down from the south, but it's clear.
Nice.
You don't hear anything in response, but it appears that whoever it is listening and then responds in anger again.
That is
like
scary.
Scene from The Mummy.
Let's see. I wonder. Well, he can definitely see our lantern light from where we are.
I'm not. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but the probability of whomever would be going back and forth through this area not instigating a thing down south to come say hi to them is pretty low. I'm getting a magic mouth vibe or some sort of like stationary question mark. So I'm gonna maybe just wait and listen.
I was actually thinking that too, though.
I don't think I'm. I'll be prepared to run, but I don't think I'm gonna respond or do anything like that.
Okay, so
can I just want to, with those dressing shields, can I just put one up, right, so that we can kind of hide behind it? Because right now the light is kind of up those stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And if we pop up one of those dressing shields, it may block with the intention of blocking some of the light.
Yeah, so you put it up against the south entrance. Immediately the green glow dissipates. The curtain is able to cover basically that entrance completely. It does not block out the sound though. You can hear further anger from the bellowing voice, and you hear a clear sound ringing from the south of a very large blade being unsheathed, like a shing. And like a hum-sha, you kind of hear from down there. At the same time, this is at the Atticus is like up at the top with you, Gorn, and he's got his lantern. He's looking at the chest, and you can see him like weirdly looking over his shoulder. And then he kind of looks at you like, "What do you want to do, boss?"
Guys, I mean, I don't know why I don't think this is a problem. This is very foolhardy.
It sounds like a problem. It really sounds like a problem.
What I would suggest is that we just to clarify, the passage up, because I was a little confused by this, is blocked and does not have an exit, but had a chest.
Up, yeah, not north, but up, yeah.
Yeah, the eastward passage that was marked as exit did not, in fact, lead to an exit. It led to a chest.
No. So there are 3 passageways out of here. You came from the eastern one. The northern one says exit, and the southern one, which Everest just blocked, where you hear all the noise, where the green glow is coming from. The weird one, the south one, is the one that says scary. On the western wall, there is a staircase that leads nowhere. Goran and Atticus are at the top of that stairway, and they're investigating a chest.
I see. Confused because in the drawing we don't have a northern passage marked. And
there is a passage.
I conflated the western and the northern passage as the same thing, and I was very confused.
No,
so there is a northern passage.
Yeah.
Oh, there is one to the north.
One was the exit. Okay.
So I did bad. Okay, let me fix this.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't realize there was one to the north.
Man. John, like here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna reassure everyone. Say it's fine. If you guys want to try to get this treasure chest and take it down and bring it over towards the northern passage, that's fine. I'm going to get very ready to cast Improve Phantasmal Force and make this room appear empty to anyone who might approach. Now, is it feasible, John, for me to listen for that approach before I cast it? I mean, I hear the sword and I hear yelling in the background, but it hasn't approached at all, right?
You could definitely hear if something, judging by the sound of the male's voice, it appears to be a very large person. Like, you know what I mean? Like you would hear them approaching.
Oliver, why don't you and I step into that northern passageway?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So that,
Okay. Right. So you guys step into the shadows there. So all the light now is up at top of the staircase where Goran and Atticus are. Atticus is looking at you, Goran, for direction. What would you like him to do? He looks very scared.
How big is this chest?
As I said, it's quite large. It would take 2 people to bring down.
Okay, 2 people. All right.
He has not looked at it yet.
I have an idea. If you open it, I wonder if it's like a way out. Maybe you could, if it's big, you could step into it and get out. Maybe.
Wait a minute. What?
I don't know.
He's wondering if there's a trapdoor within the chest.
Like if you open the chest, could you get in and maybe it's a trapdoor down?
I don't think you guys understand. So there is a freestanding wooden structure of steps, right? Not stone or anything like that, right? It is in this basement, as if it was just a normal person's basement from back in the day, right? It's in the room. Okay, it's freestanding with wood.
You could go underneath it.
You could actually go underneath it. It's just a bunch of like rotten wood and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
this is not a second tunnel. This is literally just in the room.
No, a freestanding structure in the middle,
so those stairs are like this.
Yeah, sorry for the confusion.
All the more reason to grab it.
What you were saying.
Right.
Yeah. So Atticus is looking at you, Goran. What is Goran telling Atticus to do?
Man, I'm gonna be like checking for traps.
Yeah, baby. I got us covered.
Okay,
we're fine.
I'll have my spear at the ready behind him so that I will attack whatever comes through that door if it comes through and it's all beastly.
Okay, roll for find traps.
Find
treasure traps. Something that only a thief can do.
He only has a 2 and 6.
Okay, so he tells you that it looks, despite like the rudimentary nature of the chest, doesn't look anything special, just quite large. He's actually impressed by the quality of the lock, but as far as he can tell, it would just be a kind of taking his skill to actually open it. Or he's like, boss, have you got that fancy spear?
But we've already used it today.
I've got the spear, master.
We've already used it today, Atticus.
Oh, not as strong as I thought. Well,
Patty, you look like you can handle it.
Atticus will try to open he'll try and open the trap.
It's bound to work at some point.
He inserts the picks.
Just a reminder that I am not in the room proper. I'm in the hall.
So he gets down on his hands and knees and he inserts the picks, and you can hear a quiet click, and you see Atticus sort of jerk back, and
Yeah.
he looks up at you with his eyes wide, and he goes, "Master," and he collapses to the ground dead.
He's dead?
Yeah.
You know what? Okay.
I would like to point out, you fuckheads, that I rolled 3s on both of those, and if we had taken him back and leveled him up, he would have made both those rolls.
It's a shame. You know what? But the beauty is all the more XP for us when we get out of here, right?
There you go. Silver lining.
As-
Always a
and
silver lining.
Speaking of which,
R.I.P. Atticus. Is there anything on this person that we need? What's on his inventory?
He's carrying a lantern.
he has the lantern.
There's
Yeah,
a
get the
yeah.
lantern.
Which he did set down
Sure.
to work the picks. Those are on top of the platform.
But does he have any other like fancy gear, Mike?
No.
Okay. Well, go ahead and open the chest and see what he died for. I mean, man, don't let the guy die
Might
in
as well,
vain.
John. I'm gonna use the end of the spear to flip open the chest.
Sure, yeah. You can see with as you are a little bit in shock as you step over Atticus's body that there is a very slim golden needle that has sprung and is pointing directly outward from the lock with a little bit of Atticus's blood upon it. Atticus, you can see that it's amazing how fast acting it was on his throat. You can see like black poison just coursing through all the veins and causing his throat to basically bulge out. And it's pretty fucking hideous considering how hideous he was to begin with.
Oof.
And
R.I.P.
but you kick it open. And actually, I'm going to say a turn goes by after all this jazz.
If it makes you feel better, Mike, you've only really known him for like 2 hours in game.
I know. Like 3 days, 4 days, but still.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Those stories he would tell about having a nose back in the day, they were great.
Okay, so
He was
when
a
you
very cool character.
when you open this up, okay, first of all, you can tell that the chest itself is definitely like modern make. It is not an ancient chest. Okay. Inside, you also find that there are things that are obviously quite like contemporary, like new. All right, they are not ancient Arcantian. You find a bedroll neatly tied up. There are
this all makes sense.
3 weeks worth of iron rations. 3 weeks, carefully preserved. There is a packet like a little leather packet that you can see that has been carefully folded up into almost like a pocket handkerchief sort of style, like very carefully folded up. But there are little sprigs kind of sprouting out from within that packet of mistletoe and holly. When your mind starts to work with that, you match it up with something that's underneath that, which is a hand sickle that is made out of pure silver. In addition, there are 2 blocks of what appear to be rectangular blocks of that have like a very sweet smell to them, of some sort of like resin, almost some sort of like blocks of incense. And there is a set of robes, very plain but very well made, basic cloth robes that have been folded up. And there is a small leather pouch that is quite heavy and jingles with the sound of coin.
Okay. I'm gonna take the silver sickle. This is obvious. You know what this is? This is Garalad's escape stash, guys.
Yep.
Things go pear-shaped. He's got all this stuff here. He's got rations. And I'm gonna take the sickle and I'm gonna look in the pouch, John.
Okay. So the sickle is a single slot. In the pouch, you find that there are 200 pieces of silver, normal Arcantian silver, so 20 gold worth. And there are also, sprinkled amidst that, there are 2 small chunks of amber. Each of those is worth 100 gold each. They're like uncut pieces of amber. Quite beautiful.
Wow.
They kind of pale in comparison to obviously what you're draped in right now. But on any other day, you would have been sweet.
Okay.
But do you think this treasure was worth the price of the man lying before you?
Well, I mean, he did have a chance to find the trap, to be fair.
He did. He's just not that good of a thief.
Gentlemen, I don't know that it's the sort of trap we can spring at this point, because I'm sure Garalad will know his treasure chest has been trifled with. But We do have deadly poison that we could lace those rations with and leave everything in the chest and close it back up. And should, assuming it is Gerlad, he come back in a hurry to escape and eat any of those rations, we would meet a terrible fate. It's a thought. I just don't know how we would relock the case or like make it look as if we hadn't tampered with it as the main.
That, and I would think that the poison is probably detectable. I mean, it's not like tasteless or smellless, right? It wasn't. What does the mortality look like, John? Does it have a smell?
It's like a no. Wasn't it black and viscous?
Yeah, it's like black. Yeah, it's actually. I think it was dark green. I think maybe I'm wrong, but it actually doesn't have a smell. So
you could maybe put it a little bit in. Is there a water skin in there, John?
No water skin.
Yeah, I don't know how we would lace this.
I was actually just going to take a shit in the chest.
You could certainly just apply the poison, whether or not Gerlad would know it was there.
I have a dose of mortality, John. I'll put all of his shit back. It's fine. 200 silver and all the rest of that. It's not really. We got bigger fish, right? Right. The only thing is, guys, is if some other unintending adventurers come up here and find it, they might get fucking poisoned, and that seems kind of like.
I mean, look, not our problem. Now, can we relock the chest?
You can relock it. You cannot reset the trap, though.
Which is fine.
Yeah, but there's a dead thief right at Blade.
That's what I'm saying. We leave that's what I'm saying. You're with me. You leave the dead thief, you relock the chest, you leave everything as if it is undisturbed, and if he's in a hurry, because we've routed him out, I don't know. I mean, it's just a thought, right? It's a contingency, assuming it is Gerlad. He could potentially poison himself in a rush, right?
Yeah. Let me ask this, just in case there's more of a time pressure. How's the guy down south been doing while we've been doing all this, John? Is he still?
It hasn't actually been that much time. It's like a quick sequence of actions, right? Like he was bellowing, whoever it is down there, while Atticus tried to open it up, and then immediately died. And then you just basically wasted no time in trying to kick open what was there. Well, actually, I guess there would have been some time, like actually rooting through it. Yeah. So you heard the swing of the blade. And there, everything went quiet, and that's the moment where you were sort of like being shocked by Atticus's death. So you weren't really paying attention to it. But then, as you sort of collect your thoughts again after kind of assessing what was in the chest, you can hear the bellowing start up again. You do not hear the clash of blades or anything like that. But the man, whoever it is, still seems to be extremely angry. He sort of fluctuates between like a low, threatening sort of like, oh, and then he's like gets like really like, and he like yells like really loud, and it's like it appears like he's having a conversation but really pissed off at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming to fuck with us.
All right, let's boy,
I'm gonna do the mortality on the rations, John. Lock everything up and just leave.
Okay, so you're taking nothing out of the chest?
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, fuck that. I'm taking the silver sickle.
No, the whole. Then he won't eat the rest. Either we take. Look, I'm fine with that, but then we don't poison the food.
It could be all of one or all of the other. Yeah.
It's one or the other. I'm okay with either. We don't have to poison the food. I'm just saying if we're gonna take anything, we gotta take it all.
It could be a magic weapon, though.
I know, which we have an abundance of, and we can come back. We're gonna come back to this room. I mean, look, this is, I mean, again, don't just follow me though. Like if y'all don't want to do this, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It's just a thought I had as a backup. If we stir him up and he runs away and he comes here, right?
Sure. All right. That's fine, John. I'll do that. I'll leave everything.
Okay. We leave it. All right.
So nothing is being taken from the chest. You're not taking the incense, nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
We are making it appear as if no one has accessed the chest and this thief died here trying to. That's the idea.
And you're not coating anything with mortality?
No,
I did coat the food with mortality.
Yes. Okay, so you need to mark off.
Yeah. Atticus has a dose, and I have a dose, and I'm going to use both of those on the iron rations.
Okay, take them off. Okay, so let's see. Writing something down.
something.
Okay. I'm going to say another turn goes by. Give me 1 second. One moment, please. Don't mind me.
I'm sure everything's fine. Everything's fine. While he's doing that, I'm going to say some like words of rest over poor Atticus.
Okay. Let's take a quick break for pee and beer re-uppance, shall we?
Yes.
We will be right back. Okay, we're back. Everyone has peed and re-upped on beer. Or at least I've re-upped on beer. So, body of Atticus lying on the platform above. The lantern light is right at Gorn's feet at the top of that platform. Onweir and Avaricios are in the northern passageway in complete darkness, but keeping an eye on the screen that Avaricios has placed across the southern entrance, blocking that green glow, but where there is angry male shouting coming from the south. You have coated the rations inside the chest with mortality. Close it all back up. You have taken nothing. Atticus's body lies before you. I need one of you to roll a d6, please.
All right, David.
Me? All right, I'll do it.
Do it, David. Roll good for us.
You don't want to roll a 1 or 2.
Oh, Jesus.
Get ready for a 1 or 2. 5.
Okay. As you are collecting your thoughts, thinking about Atticus, listening to the bellowing going on from the south, you hear coming, racing down the eastern corridor, straight towards you. You hear hoofed feet coming at a rapid pace, scraping along the ground towards the east, coming directly for you. They are going to approach within seconds, and you hear heavy breathing, like oh. And you hear, as well as they're coming forward, you could hear this scrape of something metal against stone, like a shink across the stone. You can see in the eastern corridor sparks down there as well. Goran, as you whip your head to the right, now remember you are on top of this staircase. You're about 10 feet up, and you look down there. You can see you can't quite get a beat on because you're not exactly lined up, but you do see the bloom of heat coming from there. And it is hot.
Immediately. Sorry.
These are going to be the Beastmen, bros.
Well, I'm going to immediately cast Improved Phantasmal Force and suggest that we all hug a corner of a wall somewhere. Sound good?
Yeah.
So do you have a corner you prefer? Perhaps the corner near the exit? But not blocking the exit?
Goran, you will not be able to make it down the steps. You are going to be trapped up there.
What if I jump?
You'll take damage.
How much?
D6.
I'll do that.
Yeah?
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm going to cast Improved Phantasmal Force and create a scene of the room, including our corpse, but excluding us.
Okay.
Let me make sure that is possible.
Rolling for Goran's damage. Oh.
Ouch.
6. All right. So when you hear something awful coming down the eastern corridor, you just involuntarily just throw yourself over the side, and you land real bad on like an ankle.
Okay, so is it fair to... Sorry, go ahead, John.
One more second, Onweir. That was a lot of damage, Goran. I'm going to need you to make me a con check, actually. A rare call for an ability check. This is just to keep from yelling out in the extreme pain that caused.
Okay.
So you need to roll...
out of 10, so like a 50-50 shot.
Okay, you stifle it. You rolled a 3. All right,
good boy.
Okay, Onweir.
Guys, real quick. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, if we plaster ourselves against this hallway, are we going to be good, Onweir?
I guess my question to you, John, is what is the width? Yeah, what's the width of the hallway? Because if we're blocking their passage, I don't want to be in the hallway. I'd rather be like in the corner, in one of the corners.
The hallway's about 10 feet wide.
Yeah, so I think that's dangerous. So what I would do is I would suggest maybe we all run here. Because we can't be in the corner. I would rather be in this corner, but I'm assuming the stairs are right up next to it. They're flush, John. Is that fair? Can you see where I'm pointing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if they tried to go up and investigate the body, they would run into us. So I think we either have to be in the southwest corner or the southeast corner, not to be like interacted with by them.
Mhm.
So maybe Goran jumps southwest and we run over there as well while I'm preparing the spell. Does that make sense, King?
Oh, let's do it.
I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna
Southwest.
cast
Wait, so who's in the southwest? Everybody?
all of us.
Okay.
All of us.
All right.
Plastered against the wall.
Plastered against the wall.
Yeah, retainers included.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Improve Phantasmal Force to create the scene of a room as it is, including the corpse, but without us in it.
Okay, got it. And it lasts for how long? Concentration, as long as you're
Concentration, yeah.
Okay, so you cannot do anything. You understand? You have to stand where you are.
No, I understand.
Okay.
I'm
right,
I'm just
so you
chilling
huddled-
quiet.
All right. All right. So you get over there. You're like, quick, go over in the corner. And then you, Onweir, this is a moment. Onweir casts this spell. It's been a long time.
This is like your second one, right? Or your
Yeah,
third?
it's like, literally, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
but it's
so.
impressive. This is a second level spell. So like you make a grand gesture and it's actually very, very subtle. You see like a little bit of motes of magic, pixie dust, right? That sort of thing, right? But it basically just, in effect, basically just makes you guys invisible, right? Even though it's like a sort of an overlay effect entirely of a whole illusion of the room as being normal. It doesn't actually make you invisible, but it's pretty cool. Serves the same purpose. But you are actually there. Now, just as that cloak of illusion drapes over the entire room, bursting through, and it's like stone comes like coming off the wall and everything like that, just on top of each other, just bursting in the room, are two massive, muscled, like basically hairy, shaggy, like 8-foot tall beasts come running through with massive curved horns like Tim Curry in Legend size, just like woof, woof. Huge bull heads and gigantic battle axes, just a huge thatch of fucking loin hair, right? Just kind of coming in. And it's just they have they have huge rings in their nose, and they're just their mouths are wide open, and just spittle is flying everywhere. They're just like whoa, as they come in, and they burst through the door, and they're just like turning all around, like looking, and they you hear the voice of the south like get quiet, right? Gets real quiet, and they're like raw, and they look around, and they don't see anything, and then they're like. And then you see their noses, they're like, and they look right over into the southwest corner. And on where you're muted.
I said, not to be that player, but are you sure they don't smell the corpse before they smell us? Because there's a dead body festering in front of them.
It hasn't had time to fester. It smells just the same as you guys.
All right.
Nice try.
But
Nice
it's
try.
visible. But it is visible. I'm just pointing out.
It's up at the top of the platform.
I did not hide it. Okay, that's fine. I'm just letting you know. It is.
I'm not trying to screw you, but
thing.
right.
Yeah, okay.
But you guys are giving off a smell. The body is out of their line of sight, right?
Totally fair.
Yeah. And they're coming, and they're looking at, and they come right now. Do you do that? They're coming right towards the southwest corner. They appear to be confused, but their noses are not lying.
I mean, I am as flat to the corner as I can.
Do you stay where you are?
I do.
The rest of you?
Now, if we move, that doesn't. If he moves, his illusion would break. If we move, that wouldn't break his illusion?
The illusion would remain the same. So you could move. You could move.
I'm going to carefully, looking in my way so that I don't kick any rocks. Just starts like kind of sliding to the north.
Okay. I'm going to kind of angle my spear between me and it.
Okay, but you're staying where you are, Goran?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're about 15 feet away. They are approaching carefully, but suspiciously. Avaricios, I need you to roll a 1 and 6. I need you to roll a 1.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. No problem. I can do this. No problem. Or 2. How about a 2?
Very nice. So as you're like shifting against the wall, your armor, your lovely Imperial field plate's like, right.
Oh, fuck.
And you see one of them is like, and it looks like right where it heard the sound. The other one, its ears, like its cow ears, sort of perk up, and it's like that scene in Alien 3 where the alien is like right up against Ripley's face, right? And it gets real close to, and I'm going to roll randomly. We're going to say 1 to 2 is Gorand, and 3 to 4 is Onweir.
Oh, come on.
Onweir.
Baby.
Onweir, you're invisible, right? But it's like gets right up at your face, and it's like, and it like blows, like, and it like exhales like right into your face, like your hair goes like flying back, and there's like spittle and just awful foulness like coming out of it, and it's like right there, and then it just goes, and it just like screams right in your face, and it basically is going to ram its hand against the wall, like where it thinks you are. Okay. At the same time, the other one is going to run straight for where it heard that sound with its battle axe raised.
Is it feasible when I see it wind up to do this that I can like crouch?
Yeah, certainly. So basically, what we're going to do is we're gonna roll for initiative. Is what we're going to do.
Sure.
Okay.
So
How many of them are two?
there are two. So there's one directly on. Both Onweir and Avaricios are now both in melee. If they win initiative, they can, however, what I should ask right now is declaring: do you want to move or cast a spell?
Okay.
Are we 100% sure they detected us? Like, I know that
They don't see you.
heard
They don't
sounds.
see you, but they certainly,
do
their
not.
sense of smell seems to be extremely acute. And they
David,
heard
Avaricios.
if he interacts with your illusion, does it dissipate?
They're in the illusion if they're in the room.
If
I presumed. Go ahead.
If Onweir is disrupted or distracted in any sort of way, the illusion drops.
If he hits me, in other words, when he winds up and slams against the wall, it'll be dropped.
Mhm.
The question is whether he hits me and whether it's prudent of me to declare a spell right now and preempt that with casting a brain full of smiters on him, or trying to duck to preserve all of our perceived, hiddenness at the moment.
Well, would ducking break your spell? Like, I know you
Yes.
can't move, but
The ducking.
wow.
So
No.
ducking would
ducking. I'm
crouching
sorry.
break as well.
I was going to say, like, if you
Yeah.
cast another spell, yes, obviously it would. Sorry, but ducking
Just
would not.
thinking I'm thinking as he's like approaching me, I'm probably going. Oh.
Yeah.
It's
All
my
right, so-
thought process.
And
But,
we're without like three of our or
Okay.
two of our best fighters.
We're about to hit it into melee. So what do you guys do? Let's go.
okay.
Declaring.
So I am going to duck, hoping that if he rams, he'll do the head out of the wall.
Uh-huh.
And I have an action in mind with using my bag. Hopefully,
Okay. So declaring, though, you are not moving. Is that correct? You're just ducking. So you're just
I'm gonna duck.
hoping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he's
Well,
charging straight at me, I'm gonna.
Are you casting a spell on Weir?
No, I'm duck. I mean, I can't cast a spell without breaking concentration, so I'm ducking for now.
Okay,
and
got it.
maintaining
All right,
spell
let's roll
out.
for initiative. Let's go.
Matt,
I rolled a 6.
Fuck.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll because
Fuck.
I did it. I might as well lose this one. I got it. It's gonna be a 6. Oh, it's a 5.
Good roll.
that
Good
sucks.
roll.
All
Okay.
right. Will Onweir be killed the minute, as I predicted off stream, he's cast his first spell by a single beastman attack with his 9 HP? That's what we're about to find out. Again.
You have
think
9.
about if this had been a lightning bolt spell instead. That would have been sweet.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna have him instead of like the fist, he's just basically gonna. He's got horns, so he's gonna gore you. Basically, he's gonna attempt to like. Basically,
Okay, John, you can't change the attack type after you know you got initiative.
it's
Come
actually
on,
it's actually better for you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Does he get a disadvantage because he can't see what he's attacking? Oh, I have an AC 11, so I would say he missed, right? In that circumstance,
No,
he gets a penalty for not seeing what he's attacking. He's attacking
I'm
something
afraid
invisible,
not. You
baby.
can try to talk your way out of this, but it's going to do 4 points of damage to you. It did take a penalty because it doesn't know exactly where you are, but it has an acute sense of smell, so it doesn't take that much. It's not like it's completely blind. It can sense where you are. So basically, it's going to so it's like raw, like right in your face, and it just like butts its head like right against the wall, and just as it's suspected, its horns do not meet stone, but instead meet flesh, You're going to take 4 points of damage. The illusion immediately winks out of existence. You guys all appear, and you're like, oh, and you are basically like impaled on this horn. And it's got its like axe like right in front of you, just like bellowing at you, and just rears its head back, and blood just gouts out of your chest. Avaricios at the same time, it runs at you with its weapon. Let's see here. Where we go. Rolling. Oh, it doesn't know precisely where you are, so that's what's your AC?
19.
It does. It definitely misses you. So it runs right where it thinks you are, and you are able to shuffle aside just at the last second, and it slams into the wall. Pieces of the staircase actually start to crumble, like parts of that scaffolding, and you see Atticus's body. You actually see like his arm like flop over the side. You know what I mean? Like he's like, it's like in an untenable position, and you can see the chest sort of go. It like starts to lean over the side as well. And it bellows in anger and frustration, but now it sees all of you. Your guys' turn.
I think we should kill these things.
Wouldn't that be easier if we had Yost and the pin?
These, by the way, do not resemble anything that you've heard about the Beastmen, right? To be very clear, the Beastmen that you've heard are human size. They wear, like, strangely enough, they actually wear like Imperial Arcantian armor and are highly disciplined.
I was going to ask if these guys were wearing armor, but they're not, right?
Mm-mm. No, they are completely naked, heavily muscled, with a nice big thatch of loin hair, as I said.
John, I will immediately trigger Laryl's cloak and go invisible.
Hi, David.
Okay, do you want to move?
It works for Bilbo Baggins. It works for me.
You can move.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to move.
Where are you moving?
Oh, he's in melee, though, right? So.
Oh, you are melee. I'm sorry. Yeah, never mind.
I'm invisible now, right?
You are invisible. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
what can he do against me?
Well, they have a really good sense of smell, as we just discovered.
Okay. What do you do? David went invisible. It's your turn. What do you guys do?
Yeah.
I'm going to attack. So I don't know. I'm waiting for David to finish his thought.
Yeah, go ahead, David.
I'm trying to clarify what invisibility and me trying to move would look like.
You cannot move. I'm sorry. You are in melee.
Okay.
They're right. You would have to declare.
But I am invisible. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So Njal is going to hack at the one that's right by Avaricios.
Of course. Yeah, it's got to protect us.
Right.
Yeah.
Got to protect the boss.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will give Njal a rear attack with a +2 bonus because it ran directly into the wall and it's a little bit shaken.
Okay.
So he gets a +2. Their AC is 13. 13 is the number. Remember.
Okay, his regular melee bonus is +5, so this will be +7.
Whoa.
Come on, y'all. Let's do it, baby. 14.
Nice. That'll do it.
All right.
Takes advantage with the Ruiner of Appetites.
We're going to roll his D10 +3. 5. Rolled a 5 on the dice. That's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay, that is not enough, but he bites into like its hamstrings and it bellows in anger and pain as well as it whips around to see where this newest threat is. All right, Avaricios, Gorand.
I'm going to attack the same one that Mial just attacked.
Okay. What was that?
Nice.
Is that a 12?
13, yeah. So I have a +3 to hit, so 16.
Nice, okay. Coming in with, what is this, Clavum?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I saw a 1 there for a second, but it ended up being a 9. So
10 points total.
10 points on the same one?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you just jab right into the small of its back, and it's coming. You know, it's getting hit from all sides. Just like now, it's just like in a frenzy of fucking pain and murderous rage. It's still up though, looking rough. Avaricios.
We have anyone else that can do damage to it?
I presume that having used the cloak, I can't also attack. So
that is correct. Yeah. Sorry.
I do not have I did not have my weapon out. So and I'm going to cast a spell on my next turn. So Wait, if I have the weapon in my hand, can I cast the spell, or do I not have to have my hands?
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take out.
As long as it's like a not. Well, you can't. I would say one hand has to be free at least.
Okay. Well, there you go.
And for you,
is your mace not on like a strap so that you could go like this with it and it'll be dangling, and then you can.
I have one hand, my dude. I have one hand.
Yeah.
That's why it's on a strap. Hello.
No, we're not retrofitting a strap on the wrist. It's definitely in his waist.
No.
Yeah.
No. So I'm going to plan to cast my spell, and I guess I get. Oh no, fighting retreat would.
Well, you're not attacking. That's all we're deciding right now, right?
Yeah, I'm not attacking.
You're not attacking. Okay. Following round, declaring. Are you moving out of melee, anyone, or casting a spell?
I'm casting a spell, yes.
You're staying in melee, though, Onweir?
I would like to... Okay, again, remind me, as someone who never engages with combat, attacks of opportunity, or how does breaking know? So you just have to declare a full...
So here's what happens. If you decide not to move out of melee right now, but instead decide to cast a spell, that means you're committed to it, which means it's all dependent on the initiative roll. If they win initiative, you lose the spell.
Gotcha.
Basically, assuming they hit, which they probably will.
And you can't move and cast a spell,
You
correct?
cannot, yeah. So he basically either has to move or he has to cast a spell, or he could just attack. He's in melee. You can attack with normally.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna miss any normal attack. And to disengage from combat takes...
You just have to declare it. Now, if you do a full retreat, like if you want to go your full on thing and just get the fuck out of here, they will get a +2 against you if they win initiative. Because you're not.
What is the safest way for me to disengage?
What's that?
What is the safest way for me to disengage?
The fighting withdrawal, which means that you're defending, but you can only move your normal movement, which is 40 or whatever, back.
I'm going to do a fighting withdrawal. Remember that I'm invisible, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to head to the northern sort of like passageway.
Okay, cool. So you could actually, with a 40-foot move, you could actually make it there. Okay.
Yep.
This is all depending upon whether you actually win initiative. Okay. Avaricios, sir, you are also disengaging from combat?
Yeah, I'm going to do a fighting withdrawal so that I can cast my spell to help next time. So I'm going to do the fighting withdrawal.
Fighting withdrawal. And is Njal staying in combat?
Njal's going to stay in combat.
And Goran is staying in combat, both against the same Minotaur, right?
Yep.
Okay, got it. They are both staying in combat. Go figure. The one is still engaged, and the other one still has to move in to engage with somebody. Okay, roll for initiative. Let's go. I got a 3.
I'm gonna roll this
I did
time.
it last time.
I got a 1.
Oh, brutal. Okay, so we have the one that is free. That one is basically seeing its companion is being beset on all sides by currently both Avaricios. Oh, wait, no, that's the one that's against Onweir right now, right? And it sees Onweir. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
it
of course.
Onweir's
invisible. Onweir's invisible, right. Okay. So... here's what I'm going to do.
And then he went invisible.
Here's what I'm going to do. Now that the blood frenzy is up, okay, you just winked out of existence again, but it's in the middle of combat. I'm going to see if it has enough presence of mind to actually take a moment and try to smell you again, okay? Because it might just be like all based upon visuals now, right? Like just sort of like,
sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to say that does it have the presence of mind? I'm going to give it a 2 in 6 chance to have the presence of mind to use smell. Okay.
Love it.
So 1 or 2 is bad for you. Here we go.
Can't wait.
A 6. It doesn't have the presence of mind. Okay. So it basically is like it sees you disappear and it's like, whoa. And it looks around and it's going to see its friends being beset. So it ignores it. No. So basically it would be Goran, Avaricios, or Njal. Goran, 1 to 2. Avaricios, 3 to 4. Njal, 5 to 6. Here we go. Njal. Okay, so here it goes. Coming against Njal.
Njal's AC is 14.
14. Okay, Njal is also engaged with the other Minotaur. I'm going to give this Minotaur a bonus to attack Njal from behind. Oh, I think that might be a miss. I rolled a 4 on the die. What's his AC?
14.
That is a miss.
Yes.
Nicely
All
done.
right.
Okay, so it basically, we'll say it just like trips on its way over. And as Njal is still focused on the other Minotaur. And that Minotaur is going to swing wildly at either Avaricios, Goran, or Njal. So here we go. Same thing. 4 would be Avaricios, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Using its battle axe. Oh, I rolled a natural 1. You got to be kidding me. Come on with this shit.
It's okay, John. Really, it's fine.
Avaricios, the battle axe like comes like overhand on top of you, and you just like bring up the shield, like you see it coming like a mile away, and you're just like ching, and like it like the force of the blow actually like buckles your knees a little bit, and you're like, holy Jesus, okay. Okay, that was them. So now you guys are moving. Onward is moving, shuttles his way invisibly into the north quarter. Avaricios, you back away, leaving y'all and Goran in, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to toward the entrance of that north corridor. But
got it. And then you're pulling out your holy symbol to begin casting a spell. And then Goran and y'all, it is you.
Same guy, John.
Same guy.
Y'all, you go first.
Either of you can now attack either Minotaur.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the one that's bleeding. I want some new blood on my axe. So the ruiner of appetites.
All right.
He takes a swing.
Oh, so for a second.
That is a 15.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Amazing.
There we go. Rolling the d10. That is a 4 on the die for a total of 7 points of damage.
Oh, okay. All right. The ruiner bites into that same wound that he got in the back of the leg before, and like hit that Minotaur's leg, like buckles like underneath him, and he's just like, and he goes down to like one knee, and you just see him. He just like bares his teeth at y'all, like that like horrible blunt teeth. You know, like blunt teeth are always worse than pointy teeth. You know, he's just like, you know, and he just like through sheer just like spittle just being like forced through its teeth, just like gets back up again, like with his leg collapsing underneath it. You can see that he's like basically on his last legs, like his there's like foam that's like pink foam like forming at his mouth.
Goran, please.
Try. I'm gonna do my best.
Is it good? I don't know. How good are you, Goran, these days?
I'm not good. I have a +3 to hit, unless I have a bonus to hit him because he's surrounded or whatever.
Unfortunately, not. Yeah, it's all a scrum right now, so there is no advantage really. Yeah, so you can't find a good spot to poke in the spear, unfortunately. That was you two, and that was the end of the round, right?
Yep.
Okay. Top of the round. Spells, retreats.
Spell. I'm casting Brain Full of Small Spiders on the both of them.
Oh, snap. Okay. And Avaricios?
I am casting Bless.
Oh.
On the party.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Let me just quick second. Any retreats?
Nope.
Okay. Everyone's staying in it. Staying in it to win it. Okay. All right. We got initiative. Here we go. I got a 3.
Come on, Mike.
It's you.
I'm giving you guys the averages here.
Do it, Mike. Do it.
There it is.
Yes!
There's a 4. Okay.
All right.
All right. So we have moves first. There is no moving going on. We have missiles. No missiles. We are at spells. Oh my goodness. New ones. Who wants to cast first?
Please go ahead. Fill us full of spiders.
If my notes are correct, it creates a sensation of spiders on and in the subject's head. They whip around trying to clear said spiders, and they get a -1 to all rolls and half movement for 3 rounds plus 1 a level. And then it's an AoE, 1 creature per level up to 5. So I do it on both of them.
Okay, so the duration we have, you are what, 4th level?
Yeah.
4th level. So that's going to be a 7-round thing, right? Okay, let me just... Got it. Okay, and they have a saving throw to negate, correct?
I don't know. I only have the notes we took in brief. I don't have the full...
They do. Give me one moment. Combat tables. We got this kind of hit dice working right here. Let me just double check.
On that note, though, will you screenshot the details and send it on Discord the next time you can?
I sure will. But you got all the relevant ones. It's all good. Did you still want to cast a spell knowing now that they have a saving throw to negate? You can take it back if that was a deal breaker.
No, I'm gonna cast it. It's fine.
Okay. All right. We have spells. Okay, they need a 14 or higher to save correctly. Okay. So 13 or lower is good for you. Here we go. First Minotaur. Made it.
Fuck me. God
Second Minotaur.
Okay, you got one.
Fails it.
There you go.
I'll let you decide. Which one do you want to have failed? The fresh one or the almost?
The fresh one.
The fresh one for sure.
The fresh one. Okay. All right. All right. So it's in the middle of the scrum and everything like that, right? What happened? It missed. Who did it miss? It missed Njal, right?
Yeah.
And but you can see it. So the good thing is that it's like its brain is suddenly filled with all these spiders, right? So I'm going to say actually that it drops its weapon. Okay, so he drops his battle axe and it's like, and it's like grabbing its head and like clawing at it and stuff like that as it like twirling around, and it's just looking to like, hurt somebody because of how much he's annoyed by this right now, right? So, but he still has teeth and he has a very sharp horns, but the big damage dealer, which is the weapon, is out of play.
We love it. We love it.
Okay, the other one just like sort of shakes his head a little bit and just like continues to like force his way through its pain. Avaricios.
Okay, I look at the party and I say, everyone, Lysion is going to buy us all drinks when this is over. So remember that. And he casts Bless on the party.
I like you just say that calmly in the middle of like all this screaming
Everyone,
and dying.
don't worry. Yeah, drinks are on Lysion. We got this. So yeah, everybody gets a +1 to attack and damage.
Excellent.
For Bless. Yeah. Everybody, allies within a 20-foot square area.
Yeah, and +1 bonus to morale. If you what do we got? Njal. Just in case Njal needs to make a loyalty check, he's got +1 to morale. But Njal's in it to win it. All right, everyone got that +1 attack and damage.
Screwed.
Okay, so you feel a sense of peace and like everything's going to turn out just fine as the spittle is flying. And now we are in melee, and it's your turn. We have Gorand and Njal in melee.
Hey, Matt, let me try and finish off the one that's injured first because Njal does more damage.
Do it.
I'd rather he switch to the other guy. All right, let me see if I can hit him.
Got it. We get a 9 on the die.
9. It's not going to do it, dude. I have a +3. You said their AC is 14 or
13.
12.
13.
But you have the extra +1. So
That's right.
Oh, the bless does it. Puts him
right
right
out of the
at
gate.
it. That worked out great. Okay. So yeah. Minimum damage though. So what's the minimum?
2 points.
2 points on.
Bless doesn't add 1 more point, does it?
It does.
Oh,
does.
3 points.
+1 attack and damage might catch up. Okay, so you lunge at it with the spear, and you are as it's trying to struggle its way back up, you just basically pin it right in the back of that leg again, and the last of its life.
It's thatch.
In the thatch? Okay.
I want to pin it in its thatch.
Okay, yeah. You bury it deep in the... So it bellows like a scream of pain you've never heard. It's like a
really, really high pitched.
It's like a donkey dying. It's like and it collapses and dies in a massive pool of blood and hair and thatch.
Right.
Okay, nicely done, Njal.
Okay, so Njal's gonna look at that other one, kind of get a grin on his face.
Just like clasping its head.
I'll take care of the spiders for you. Don't worry, pal. Or maybe not.
Maybe not. The 2 on the die.
It's a 2.
Okay.
So that 2 + 6. Yeah. 8.
Yeah. So it's not able to like. It's not moving in a defensive way. You know what I mean? Sort of. So it's like Njal can't quite get a read on it. It's moving too erratically, and he's not able to swing and connect. Okay, that was the mid round. It is their turn. So now it's going to get a -1 to just attacks, right? Is that what I said? -1 to all rolls. Okay, all rolls. All right, so it's going to swing wildly. I'm just going to say it's going to be completely at random for whoever's just sort of around here right now. So that's Gorand, Avaricios, and Njal, right? So same thing. Here we go. 1 is Gorand. Here we go. And it dropped its weapon, so it is going to attempt to gore you. Here we go. With a -1.
AC 19.
19 with a -1 is going to be a miss as it just swings its head around. You're able to quickly and easily dodge it. And that was its attack. Top of the round, any movement out of melee spells?
You?
Nothing?
No.
Okay. Initiative. I got a 1.
I'll roll this time. I think I can beat the 1.
The dice have changed in your
3,
favor
baby.
as you win with a 3. Okay, your turn. No spells going off, no movement going off, so it goes straight to melee.
Okay.
Oh, well, I should ask Onward, do you want to move? You are free.
I could just run.
You are.
Just
You are
imagine all of
invisible.
it.
You're in the northern quarter. You could just be like, fuck these guys.
I don't believe I'm invisible after casting that spell. Correct. I think
No.
any active aggression would.
Oh,
reduce
yeah,
it.
You're right.
That's
You're
You
right.
have to
Sorry. Yeah.
reactivate.
However,
Thanks for being
I'm
honest,
going to
but-
reactivate it. So
Maybe you could get the lantern so we can see.
Yeah,
so we can see our
the lantern is up at the top.
upstairs.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's fine. I can re-trigger invisibility, so I'm invisible.
This is your second out of 3, correct?
Second out of 3, and then
Okay.
run up and grab the lantern. I mean, I'm gonna be a floating lantern. Oh no, the lantern becomes invisible the minute I grab it. Although the light source will be pretty obvious, but yeah, I can grab it.
Okay, so you can. I would say you could get up to the top and be at the lantern. When you reach the top of the platform, what you do move at 40, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can reach to the top of the platform. Roll a d6. You don't want to roll a 1.
Oh God,
Don't you hate it when I say that?
it's a
Okay.
4.
All right. From the previous miss by the Minotaur rounds ago, where it actually shook loose things up there, right? It did not knock over the lantern and cause it the platform to light on fire. So it is still
That's good.
it is still standing upright for you to take.
Can I ask something though, John?
Yeah.
The treasure chest.
Yep.
You said was kind of like shifted towards the edge
Mhm, yep.
of the platform.
Mhm.
Are there any beastmen below that platform?
Minotaurs, to be clear.
Sorry, minotaurs.
Not-
Are there any minotaurs beneath said chest platform scenario?
Yeah, of course there are.
Okay. rather than grabbing the lantern right out the gate, I want to try to shove the chest on top of one of them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can't do it this round because it
That's
took
what
your.
I'm going to aim for.
Well, no, you could move and then do it. Yes, you could. So,
But he went invisible. That was his action, right?
It would read. Yeah.
oh yeah. So next
it would
round
be
you could do it. Next round you could do it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you went invisible, then ran up to the steps, and you're like, "Ooh, that looks tasty." Okay, that was movement.
Okay, well
now
then, sorry, I'm being annoying. Can I pick up the lantern as part of this round?
yeah, sure, you can pick up the lantern. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll pick up the lantern just to have it on me.
Okay, cool. You got the lantern. Gornd and Njal and Everisios down below.
Right. Do you care if I go, Matt?
Yeah, go ahead.
My guy pulled up. All right, I'm gonna roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry, Mike. It's just a little confusing. Everisios,
Okay,
do you want to
so
move back?
That roll doesn't count anyway.
Everisios, that's fine. You can roll again. Everisios, do you want to move into combat?
No, I don't have a weapon out, but I'm going to take my weapon out.
You're gonna take your weapon out. Okay, got it. Okay. Now we can roll.
Let's roll this combat now.
Yeah,
Now
okay.
we're gonna
Yeah,
roll.
fair and square. Oh, that one definitely counts.
That's awesome. All right, cool. Way better.
I would have loved to see this scenario play out if those numbers were switched, but yeah.
All right, I'm gonna assume that's a hit, and I will do my D10. Oh, good job, Mike. All right, cool. That'll be 2, 3, 4 points.
4 points.
And you got the extra +1, right?
That's counting the +1, bro.
Okay, cool.
So 4 points
Thank you,
total.
Joe. Yeah, 4 points total.
Okay. Yep. You were able to bite in, but it doesn't seem to phase it that much. Although it does turn and pay attention to you now. Y'all.
All right. Njal's gonna take the ruiner of appetites around, kind of swing it, and do a downward strike on this thing.
Okay.
So we can get some of those spiders out. Oh yeah,
19.
that's a 19 on the dice.
Yep.
So that's gonna hit. Okay, so I'll roll the D10.
Get him in the thatch, bro.
Okay, that's a 7 plus 4. That's 11 points of damage.
11. Oh my goodness. Okay, you definitely felt that one. Okay, so not down, but yeah, you come striking in the back and just bury it in his shoulder blade, and it's just like, and it immediately ignores Gornd as it's like scrabbling at his back. It's still got the brain thing going on in it as well, so he's in a bad way right now. That is, where are we? That was the top of the round, right?
Yep, that was its
Okay.
turn.
Now it's its turn. Okay, so I'm going to say it's going to rear back and attempt to attack Njal. What I'm going to say is it basically is going to lower its head, and it's going to attempt to gore him. But at the same time, if he does so, he's going to basically push Njal back that way. And if he manages to hit Njal, I'm going to say that he moves out of the way of the chest.
John, can I voluntarily step in the way?
No, you cannot, unfortunately. Right. Yeah, sorry. You would have to say you were doing that during your move.
Gotcha.
That's going to be a hit against Njal. I'm fairly positive. It's like
that will hit.
Okay, so all right, Njal is going to take 4 points of goring damage as he's basically lifted bodily into the air and shoved backwards about 10 feet. That does, unfortunately, on weird, take him out of the trajectory of the chest. Okay, and that was the end of the round. Normally, by the way, for those out there and for you guys, I would be rolling morale at this point for the Minotaurs. But Minotaurs actually have a morale of 12, which basically means they do not roll. That is the top. You can't fail it. They are mean sons of bitches. Okay. The top of the round, movement out of melee spells.
No.
Nothing? Roll for initiative.
I mean, I'm gonna move off of the platform and back to the northern corridor.
But you're not in melee, so you can do that on your move. I got a 5.
Who's rolling?
I think it's your turn, David. Get that 6, boy.
Well, I got a 1 again.
Almost.
I've got almost a lucky initiative.
They're not going to do it. Okay, so it doesn't have its weapon, but it's got Njal dead to rights, and this time it's going to attempt to gore and bite his face off. Face off. Here we go. What's his AC?
It's his face. He uses that.
We need a new skull face, bro.
What's his AC? 19?
AC is 14.
14. Okay. That's going to be a miss with the bite and then the gore. Oh, man, I am not doing it. I'm not doing it. Okay, Njal just fends him
John,
off.
It's not you, it's Njal, right?
It's totally
It's
Njal.
not you, it's us.
Yeah, there's a furious clash of he's just trying to snap at Njal's face, and Njal's just got the axe up and just managed to fend him off, just be like with a staff in front of him, basically, just like no. He's like a little bit of help. Okay, moves.
You shall not pass.
We got moves on where I assume, right?
John, a question. I have Isocritus's presumably frost wand. Last time I used a wand, I didn't comprehend it had a Mithric word on it as an activation. Is that true of the wand, Isocritus's wand as well?
Yes, it is.
What does that Mithric say?
A word that I don't have right now.
No, right.
You can certainly speak it if you would like.
Okay. Should I try this?
Yes. Should.
Yeah, I'm gonna on the more alive of the two. I just hope it's not like a cone of frost. That
There's only one.
One's dead.
Oh, okay. Well, the one that's alive, I'm going to speak the word and hope that I don't blow myself up. And oh my god, John's face is so fucking gnarly right now.
It's so good. Okay.
It's gonna kill us
all.
all.
Right, so
it's gonna fucking I'm sorry ahead of time, everyone. I'm gonna point it at the live one and say the word.
Okay. Well, luckily, Avaricios and Gorn, the PCs, are not in the blast radius of this thing. However, y'all is. So you're coming from down. You're up on top of the platform, and you're like
top of the platform, pointing down. Yeah.
You say basically something like Phrygia. You know what I mean? It's like and. Coming out from your hand gets immediately cold. You actually see it turn blue with frostbite for a second, and then it feels like something's ratcheting through your arm, and then just like explosion, almost like an ejaculation, just and coming out of the top of the wand is like a massive cone of freezing blue-white energy that just and it just comes from down on high, on top of both the Minotaur and y'all. Okay, I need Avaricios, you can roll for Njal, and I'm going to roll for the Minotaur. We're going to save versus wands. I don't think we've ever made save versus wands before.
There we go. Okay, I have to roll above an 11. Now, if I get an 11, am I good, or is it 12 and up?
You need to hit it or over to be successful.
Okay, so we need 11 or higher. Okay,
I also need 11 or higher, actually.
Go
for it.
All right. Here goes Njal.
Come on, y'all.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Ooh,
Oh, 14.
Okay. And the Minotaur, 11 or higher as well. Fails it. Okay. So the damage. Y'all's going to take half damage. The Minotaur takes full damage. It's 6d6.
So many. Oh, that's oh.
All right.
Oh.
We have let's see.
It just keeps
8,
going.
14, 18, 18, 23, 26 points of damage. The okay, so Njal is going to take 13 points of damage. I know Nyal's a beast though when it comes to hit points, right?
Yeah, he had 32, so 32 minus 13, whatever that
13.
math is.
Glad to hear that.
All right,
Glad
so
to
he's
hear
like, and he's like, whoa, as like his beard just like immediately just go, blue, and he's like, what the, but the Minotaur is like, it's full on T2, like T1000 sort of thing. It's like it gives like immediately frozen heads, like in the middle of baring its teeth at Njal, and then just explodes in like a slow mo thing of like icy shards just everywhere. And Njal's just like, and everything gets like real quiet.
Beef, it's what's for dinner. Pack up some steaks.
and out of that invisible cone of death appears Onweir as from invisibility. What was that? What happened? Did someone trigger a trap of some sort? What happened? Where did that awful blizzard come from?
Too bad you didn't do that like when they were running down the corridor.
I know. Well, yes.
Mark,
Correct.
mark one charge off of that wand. Just keep a tally.
We should use that Arcanum to recharge that thing. That is the biggest gun in the party.
yeah,
now.
no
Okay.
shit.
That is
A
awesome.
turn went
yeah.
by with that whole thing, so there you go.
Can we search the
Well,
cows?
Yeah,
Can we search
for
them?
sure.
One
Well-
is like a non-existent. It's like in shards of glass.
Uh,
The other one does not have anything on it at all. It's completely naked. It has a big, fuck off, wickedly curved, crude battle axe, two-handed.
Fuck that. All right.
Just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
You can hear in the ensuing silences, you're like all breathing heavily. You can hear from down south. You hear like a questioning, like and he like it starts like yelling again.
yeah,
we
let's
better go before
that-
he summons more.
That sound sounded much closer than it did before.
let's go.
Let's go. Do the exit. The passageway marked exit, John.
Let's go north. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Heading back north. All right. Back to adventuring. You're like, whatever. All right. It's all in a day's adventuring.
If we get to a good spot, Matt, you might want to hit Njal and me with some
Yeah.
cure light wounds.
Yeah, well, I've only
As
got
me
the
as well.
two.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah, you got one for each of us, right? So
I have two of them. Yeah,
Okay. So, Matt, are you ready for mapping?
I am.
Okay. So it goes directly north for about 50 feet. You're like, let's get the fuck out of here. It goes for about 50 feet and then immediately takes it curves gently, but it basically immediately goes directly west and starts to slope back downwards again, gently again, down to the west. Mushrooms lining the walls once again. And it goes for what did I say? That was 50 feet to the north. And then first part of that is another turn. And then, okay, so it goes west then after that 50 feet for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 50 is 250. So, one moment, please. Sorry. Okay, so it goes generally westward, gently sloping down for about 250 feet westward. You're heading east there, Matt, instead of west.
Why does that always? They keep changing those. Here we go. Go west, right?
Yep.
Like that.
Yep, for about
That's,
250 feet, so that's
100.
about 5 squares.
50. About there.
And then it gently starts to curve to the north for about 100 feet for another turn that goes by.
90 degrees north, or
Yeah, just kind of like it starts to curve gently 90 degrees. Yeah, there you go. Just 2 squares. Just keep going. Yep, for about 2 squares. And then it sort of rounds to the northeast at about about a 35-degree angle to the northeast. So like a sort of a gentle curve for another 50 feet. And at this point, we'll end the session here with what you see. Give me 1 second, please, as I find it. We had Onward making me look up a faraway place to find out what that wand did. Give me a second. Okay. So right at the end there, like right where you stopped drawing. Actually, I should show the people here what you're drawing there. Let me just route people to where you are. We're right here now. So the fight took here. They traveled along here. Right at the edge of that, there is actually a cliff drop off 20 feet down. And so when you shine your... Oh, who's carrying the lantern, by the way, now?
I am not.
Who?
Onweir had it, yeah.
Onweir? Okay.
I have it unless you want to take it from me. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I have a weapon and a shield, so I'd rather not. But yeah.
So there is a cliff here that goes 20 feet down, like straight down, right? You don't see any means of... Oh, hold on a second. I shouldn't say that. 20 feet down, and it looks out over, as you shine, a large cavern. The cavern itself is 35 feet tall, so this is definitely the largest underground space that you've seen. It goes off in all directions. It appears to be natural beyond your torchlight. And you can... Okay, so first of all, you can see that right where you are, carved into the stone, appear to be man-made handholds and footholds that lead down to the base of the cliff. 20 feet down, okay? In addition, let me see what your light would show. Yeah, okay. So along... Actually, we'll just say that your torch can actually see this. So we're looking at a vaguely circular... I mean, once again, Matt, this is all very like natural caverns, right? So it's tough to say, but vaguely circular, about 50 feet in diameter, circular chamber. Okay.
Hey, John, before we close it for the night, Matt, we have torches, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we light one and throw it into the chasm? Because I think that'll inform some of our decision making for next session if we have a little bit better of a sense of what's.
I used my last one, but I can pull one out of the bag. It's not an issue.
Do you want to do that real quick? I just think it'll be helpful for our.
I have 5 torches.
Then do it,
Yep.
baby.
Yeah, let's save the bag one for an emergency.
Okay, so Goran, just mark off a torch, please.
Yep.
Okay, you light a torch and you throw it on the ground, and that's a good idea, Onward. And so like it blooms forward, okay, and illuminates everything around here. So, first of all, there are actually 5 exits out of here. One of which is the one that you're at. Okay, the one that's noticeable right off the bat is one that's at the northwestern part. Is another raised cliff. So, but this one is a little bit higher than you. So you're at the top of this 20-foot one, right? Then along the wall, about 5 feet higher than that in the northwest, there's 25 feet above the ground, there is another passageway that heads to the northwest. And you can clearly see in the torch and lantern light combined that there are footholds and handholds leading up to the top of that 25-foot cliff as well. All right. In addition, going clockwise, there is a natural passageway at the base, like on the cavern floor now, right? So you're looking down at it, right? There's a passageway that heads directly to the north, okay? There is a passageway that heads directly to the east, and there's a passageway that heads directly to the south. These are all natural passageways, okay? Now...
Do we see any of the... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to ask if we saw any of his markings.
You don't see any of his markings. The cavern is strewn with mushrooms, however. It appears to be relatively screed-free. Like there's not a ton of debris, really. And the one thing that you notice that's a little bit different in the air is on where you were kind of doing this. You were sort of the guy that was smelling things, right? Is you can definitely smell something like it smells like wet fur. You would actually say like minus the smell of like blood and body odor, it smells similar to the Minotaurs, right? In that respect. Okay. in general, sort of like in the quarter, but you definitely feel like you've got a good bead on everything that's in the cavern itself, and you don't see any signs of actual beasts or anything like that. But you definitely smell that coming from somewhere.
And the mushrooms are familiar. Are these the mushrooms that we've been seeing kind of
Yes.
all along, or do these? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So you got handholds here that you can safely get down, no checks, 20 feet down to the ground, and then you also see handholds that rise up the 25-foot cliff to the northwest as well. Okay. And
so those handholds going up across there, how far are we from those ones that go up higher than?
good question. You're very close. It is definitely the closest exit. I'd say about 25 feet along the western wall.
Yeah.
Right. But you'd have to descend all the way to the ground, then kind of truck over and then move, climb back up, unless you had some sort of like, rappelling thing,
Yeah.
like you were doing in the chasm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll leave it there. So you have this like a major crossroads right here. The smell of wet fur, definitely some sort of creature coming from somewhere, right? And you guys are all like, Njal is looking rough. Like he's not low on hit points necessarily, but like he's been frozen, he's been hit, and Goran, you're like definitely limping a little bit from that fall you took, right? Did you get hit by the Minotaurs?
No.
Onward, did you get hit?
I got hit. I have 5 HP, so if anyone needs a heal, it's on where.
Oh yeah, you've got a big wound in your.
If I trip, I'll die. If I trip, I'll die at this point.
I guess my only counter to that is that most things will one shot you regardless. So having 5 hit points for 1 hit point.
Well, the Minotaur
all
didn't.
All I'm saying is I'm a sentient being and y'all is a puppet.
How dare you? How that's so hurtful.
But it's good. I mean, Onward. I mean, I know it's a joke that you've only got 9 hit points, but I mean, you survived a hit. You know what I mean? That's a huge.
I mean, wow. I was not. I thought that was the end for sure.
I was worried too, frankly. But yeah, so you have like a big hole that's underneath your rib cage, and definitely like there's a rib cracked as well. Like everyone's just sort of like, oh, that was fucking rough. All right, so you have a moment to sort of take a breath, and we'll pick it up there. And we'll see what Mort has to say about all of this as he and Codswallop and Yost just sort of like traipse their way up behind you next time.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Did you guys fight those big cowmen? That was amazing.
Damn, they would have been helpful in that fight, wouldn't they? Especially Yost.
Oh yes, yeah, big time.
All right, so that's the end of Atticus. R.I.P. He was a great NPC. He was definitely one of my favorite retainers. Died too soon.
Bummer.
So we'll see what the big thing, of course, is Goran now does not have right now a backup character. So danger, Will Robinson. So we'll see how he handles that as well. So we'll find out next time. So everyone, once again, please. And thank you for watching 3D6 Down the Line. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, please share. We are the most criminally underwatched TTRPG actual play on the internet. So please spread the word. And we will see you all next time. Have a great week, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Have a great week.
John.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.